Jaylen, from a schematic sense, from your perspective, what is the biggest difference in this defensive scheme versus what you guys were running last year?
In this defensive scheme, I feel like the ability to just play football, know your assignment, know your alignment, and just attack. I feel like that's the biggest difference as far as what we've been used to here. I feel like that allows us to just be natural football players and just go play football.
Jaylen, can you unmute that real quick?
Yeah. My bad,
No,
y'all.
you good? We'll go to Patrick Brown, then Eric Kane.
Hey, Jaylen, I don't know how much time you spent maybe looking back at last season and how it went for you, but kind of how would you describe how it went? Was it a challenge for you, or are you kind of looking to kind of put that in the past and kind of move forward as you go into this next season?
All right. My biggest focus right now is just developing during spring. You can't dwell on the past, just do what I need to do to become the best player I can be. And right now, let's just focus on this spring. These next 12 practices I have, just getting better with my brothers each and every day.
Hey, Jaylen, what are some things that Tim Banks, Willie Martinez are trying to instill in you guys early on, maybe harping on, preaching on? Maybe it's the fundamentals, maybe it's the little things. What are some things that, the first 3 days to week of spring that they're really harping on?
I feel like the biggest thing they're harping on is accountability, just knowing your job, doing what you're supposed to do all the time, and letting the little things take care of themselves. So that's one of the main things. Another thing that I can touch on is communication. Being in the back end, we have to communicate and talk a lot. So those two things right there are mainly the focal point in this spring.
David Ubben and David Pascal.
Jaylen, how did you guys learn this defense? How did Coach Martinez and Coach Banks kind of start teaching it?
Well, it started off a little bit before spring, and they just sat us down and just went through the scheme, and we all took it day by day. We were counting on each other to learn it. We were helping each other learn it, and a lot of the stuff is just football. There's no scheme you could do or put up. It's football. So,
are they giving you like a binder? Are they showing you clips? Is it like how does that work?
All of the above. It's a binder where we go in, we take our notes. It's clips on the projector. It's videos of other guys doing it. It's a variety of tools and resources that we use to sit there and acquire the knowledge of the defense.
Jaylen, Trayvon was just talking about what y'all face with the tempo of the offense. Is it anything like you've ever had to prepare for, whether it was another opponent? He said it was kind of like facing a 2-minute offense that another team has, but you're facing it like all the time. Is this like anything you've experienced before?
This is completely different. Coach Hype has these guys going fast, run your play, get back to the ball. So as a defensive guy, we have to be on our P's and Q's at all times, know the down the distance, have the proper communication, the proper alignment, and just go play and attack.
In McKee, then Patrick Brown.
Hey, Jaylen, just with so many guys leaving in the transfer portal, some guys graduating and moving on, new coaching staff, what all have you all done to develop leadership, and kind of who are some guys that have emerged as leaders on the defense?
Right. Well, to sit there and to touch on that, we focused on Tennessee. We focused on the guys here in this program. We focused on getting better together. So everybody who's here, we've made a commitment and decided to sit there and stick together in this brotherhood. And just to touch on the leadership aspect, I feel like guys like Trayvon Flowers, Alontae Taylor, myself, Theo Jackson, a lot of secondary experience, as far as all of us coming back. So I feel like those would be some of the leaders on this defense.
Hey, Jaylen, talking to some of the guys on the offense, and you kind of touched on it yourself, they kind of say like learning this offense is really different because it's a different offense. Is this defense, is it a lot different in terms of the terminology and the way you guys are going to play, or is it pretty similar to what you guys were doing under the previous staff?
It has its similarities. It has its differences. That just comes with just football. Everything's not going to be the same. But at the end of the day, it's only so many X's and O's you can throw up there. When, the ball turns over, is play football. So.
Gustavo? Gustavo, you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
We can.
Jaylen, yesterday you guys had the chance to practice on full pads and outdoors for the first time since the Texas A&M game. How was the feeling to put on pads, be outside, practicing like on this kind of, on full pads yesterday?
It felt like football. It felt like football time in Tennessee. It felt amazing. Just getting out there, having the pads on with my brothers, just going to work each and every day, getting better. So it's the best feeling, just going out there, getting better with the guys you love each and every day. So.
Ryan Callahan.
Hey, Jaylen, what have you seen so far from Christian Charles, the newcomer back there? And I know he didn't play a whole lot in the defensive backfield in high school. Had kind of a quarterback's background. Has he had a lot to learn so far, and how has he kind of gotten up to speed in the first few months?
Oh man, Christian's he's a natural born DB, and we all see it. Christian's going to be a good asset for us. He's young, but he has an old player's mindset. He comes to work each and every day, puts his head down. He asks questions, and I'm excited to see him mature and him grow in this program and in this defensive scheme.
Jaylen's got time for one more. Anybody? All right. We'll finish with Trey Wallace.
Thank you, Bill. Hey, Jaylen, when you're out there on defense and you're going up against the offense, we see it we hear it all the time, how fast it is. And you've talked about it, but are we talking like 5 seconds in between plays? We talking like 8 to 10 seconds? What's it like compared to maybe what you've gone up against in the past? I know you touched on it earlier, but just really how fast is it?
That's one of those I'll just let y'all see on Saturday. It's really indescribable. Those guys, they're legit hiking the ball, running their play, and about like three seconds, they're back on the ball ready to go. So yeah, it's indescribable. Like it's fast. You'll see Saturday on Saturdays.
Thanks, Jaylen, for your time.
No problem.